Hello, welcome to the chat. Who have we got here? Looking at it's quite late. I thought I'd blink and schedule. Well, I mean, I kind of did. I scheduled it. I do this sometimes. I scheduled my stream for 10, but I had it on blink in private, so it's only actually been not on private for about 10 minutes, 15. But anyway, it's been about that. But hey, welcome to the chat, everyone. We've got about 6 people here, so that's quite nice to get a few people in here so late, which is quite good. So, if you're unaware, oh man, I got a big gas. If you're unaware, City have been in for a midfielder basically the whole window, but it hasn't really, nothing's really really solidified in terms of bringing in one. You know, we had Marmoush, we had midfielders like him. You know, we've had Marmoush who's a bit more of an attacker, and we had our 2 defenders, didn't we? Which is all good, but really we need a midfielder. All right, that's kind of been the general consensus. And look, earlier today, I know I've just gone past the actual news, but earlier today, City fans would have been a bit frustrated with the news that we got today. So, looking at, come on, I know Fabrizio posts a bit more than that. We'll refresh. I'll try that again. But anyway, big ups to everyone who's tuning in here. Third worst home team, 2 wins at home all season, worst home form in the championship. 2-0 Hull is Lewis's prediction for the Stoke game. There you go. You got some backing. Just speeding through this, trying to find the rumour. I know we're close. Like someone in a green top. Here we go. So, just over 12 hours ago, we got this. This news, which was just kind of annoying because it felt like it was a midfielder we could have gotten, but didn't because we didn't get enough time. But key thing to note is present and future. I'm going to see like what position this guy plays real quick. Sergi Altamara, I believe that was his name. Sergi Altamara. Main position is central midfield, the 8, and then other position is CDM. So, you know, he can do V8 and the 6, which is basically what you want from your DM. And I really thought we weren't going to get one at that point. I thought that was like the one target we'd found, but we just kind of missed out on because we were too slow moving. That was until this breaking news came out a couple hours ago. Aggressive scrolling, yes, I know. I was trying to find the news we had before this news on Altamara, the Real Betis guy. Hope Fabrizio doesn't do posts about Hull, so what's the point when only Carvalho joined us on loan? Yeah, that's a rough glimpse. Welcome to the chat, Alpha Varka there. Enjoyed the stream we had earlier. Blinking egg. I don't rate Altamara. Watched 3 games, dropped 3 stinkers in. Oh, well, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I watch him every week. I don't, and I don't watch this guy either. But I had a brief look at his stats. Is something I'm not gonna lie about because I did. I'll just pull them up on Transfer Market now so I can share those stats with you. And I've got to say, they're not the worst. They are rather nice, I'd even go out to say. So here we go. There's 2 Nico Gonzalez, so you've got to be careful with the one you pick. So this has been kind of his career path. Started in Barca. He's come from the academy by the looks of it, which is a good sign if you ask me. Barcelona, good team, and especially their academy. Just look at the talents. His transfer value peaked here in 2022 when he was just 20 years old. Then it went on a decline, kept going down until he joined Valencia. Don't know if he went there on permanent, but stayed with Valencia a bit. Porto signed him, and it looks like he's managed to get a bit of growing again. And now he is 23, recently turned. Now the stats. Something I praise Rodri a lot for is getting over 20 goal contributions in a season. Now then, I know this is the Portuguese league, and what, does he play Europa League football, I'm guessing? Yeah, he does, because he's playing United. So, look, I know he's playing Europa League, I know he's playing Portuguese League compared to Champions League and Premier League, so it's probably a bit easier to get the goal contributions here and there, to be fair to him. But I've got to say, 7 goal contributions, 6 assists is still impressive, still something to take into consideration. His main area has been the central midfield, only 1 game at the defensive midfield, and 8 games in attacking midfield. So, this season only has been kind of where he's belonged. Let's see last season. Last season, by the way, this is clearly a vast improvement so far this season. He's gotten over double the goal contributions he got last season already. And yeah, mostly played his games there too. So, yeah, that's a good look in for you. Now, I am curious about his actual transfers. So, yeah, I had a feeling that it was a case of a loan to Valencia. So, it was at Barcelona. Got sold to Barca from Barcelona B. Then Barcelona loaned him out to Valencia, came back, worse by the looks of it. End of loan, sold him for just under 10 mil. Cadet, you can be a good player without playing for academy. Well, yes. But I think if you play in Barcelona's academy, it shows how good you are. Welcome to the chat, Isaac. Big up. How you doing? Let me know if you're excited about this player. Let me know if you know anything about him, because I'm not going to lie, I didn't know anything about him before the news dropped today. All I know is that we were apparently interested in him a couple of years ago. Apparently, he was being considered to be a part of the Ferran Torres deal. When we sold Ferran Torres to Barca, apparently he was going to be considered in that as a swap deal. Apparently, Pep is a big fan of this guy. So we've had an eye on this guy for a while now. I reckon when he went to Valencia, it didn't do so well. We probably stopped looking at him. Then when he got to Porto, we just kind of averted our eyes. But then we've seen that he's doing good at Porto, and now we're like, oh, hold up. Maybe there's actually something in this. La Masia is like City's academy, but on crack. Look, La Masia, the endless list for the talent they produce is simply incredible. And if Nico Gonzalez possesses any of that brilliant talent, then we should definitely be looking at that. By the way, I just want to say, apparently I had a look at a list of players that were considered transferable from Barcelona and untransferable, like non-negotiable, we're not selling. And there was a whole list of players at Barca that were considered transferable, as Umtiti, players like Coutinho, players that just didn't work out at Barca. But Nico Gonzalez, Pedri, and Gavi, this was at the time, by the way, this list was 3 years ago, so a lot of time has passed. Gavi, Pedri, Nico Gonzalez were all on the non-negotiable, not selling, not willing to listen to anyone. They were all on that list, and I think that goes to show how highly he was once looked at Barca. I don't know where it fell down, but for me, it looks like he's definitely on some sort of a good path again. Big ups to everyone tuning in, by the way. Gavi got all that hype because he was Pedri's friend. Blinking heck. But look, Nico Gonzalez, like I mentioned, goal contributions, he doesn't seem to be shy of, 13 so far. Now I'm going to have a look at whoscored.com just to see what what stats are over here? Nico Gonzalez. Good thing is about who scored. They tend to provide a bit of a more what's the word? Detailed look on some stats that transfer market doesn't really give you. Like for example, passing accuracy, averaging about an 89. Now then, what I'm about to do might be looked at as a bit unfair, but I'm gonna do it. Just give me a minute. Okay. Alright. Look, Rodri's not played a lot this season, obviously. You know, only played, he got 90 minutes there. He's had a total of 66 minutes in the Premier League. So, look, he's not played this much this season, but we can have a look at his passing stats at the very least, 93%. And Nico Gonzalez, as we just looked at, has gone 89%. Now then, with City, you're going to be passing a lot more. It's all about possession, so I suspect this number will go up, to be honest, if he was to join City. Yes, great stream before Connect. Thanks for tuning into my stream. No probs. Hi, Rosa. Welcome to the chat as well. Big ups, Alf. Big up for This is City. Glimpse, everyone. And Isaac. So, look, Gonzalez, I'm not going to act like I know tons about him. Here's some strengths of his, though. And there's some weaknesses that we can look at. It's always good to have a look at the pros and the cons. His passing, that's good. City are all about the passing. Like I just said, literally, we're a possession-based team. Aerial duels, look, I wouldn't say no to a player that's good at aerial duels. I'm pretty sure this is City said he's about 6'2". Now then, his style of play, indirect set piece threat, likes to play short passes, likes to do layoffs, commits fouls often. And to be fair, it says discipline here. Apparently his defensive contribution is weak. Now then, look, if this means like maybe he doesn't track back very well or something like that, or sometimes he doesn't help, I'm telling you, Pep Guardiola will drill this out of him. He will have to contribute to the defense, especially this season. And discipline, look, he's on the younger side of players. If he was 26 and he had a discipline issue, then I'd be worried. But I'm not worried about that right now. He'll be a City player, I've been told. Is this a done deal? Looking like it. Did you see that stat I showed you? Very good final third winning. This is City. What is it? Wait. Did you see the stat shown on my stream? Very, very good final third winning. Is that like winning the ball high up the field, I'm guessing? I'm going to guess. He tracks back very well. You see the stat I showed. Is it the one of like the graph? Is it the one of the graph? I wanna see it. So I saw it's LB, look at it. Maybe if I find it's LB. Replies. Come on. Here we go. Oh, blinking out. Okay, I didn't expect to zoom in on it that hard. Is it this? Is it this, I'm guessing? Have we forgotten about Maximo Perrone? No, I mean... no, but at the same time, kind of, yeah. I just don't think he's going to have a place in this team. Big ups to everyone tuning in. I think his chance has come and gone. Not that he has had a chance, to be honest. That's a bit unfair. He hasn't had a chance, and City must just not be super impressed. I guess the good thing is he's on the cheaper side, and maybe we can sell him for a decent fee. And I don't like looking at it like that. It just makes him look like he was a business transaction. But I think that is what's going to happen. Oh, just doing something. There we go. Big ups to everyone tuning in currently. Appreciate it. Make sure to hit the likes on the stream if you haven't already. Recoveries in the final third. Yeah, I've seen this. Did confuse me a little bit at first, but I managed to gather what it meant. I basically know that over here is good, and over here is not really where you want to be. But over here, okay, you're over this end. That means you're class, and this is Nico Gonzalez. So recoveries in the final third to 2.28. So he's averaging almost 2.5 per game, which is pretty good. Let me know if there's a different stat you mentioned. That you mentioned this is C, and I'll have a look at him. Now then, let's move back to who scored. Defensive. Now then, defensive stats. So 2 tackles per 90, pretty good. Not many interceptions. 2 fouls. We already know that he tends to foul often, to be fair. Essentially, clearance per game. Gets maybe a dribble off per game. Doesn't really block often. And yeah, that's really all we've got there. Offensive, look, it is something to look at. So, according to this, in 2,000 minutes, that is 2,000 minutes. It's about 22 games, right? Just a bit more. So, in 22 games, he's gotten, according to this, 12 goal contributions. According to Transfer Market, though, it's I think 13. I don't know what SPG is, if someone could let me know what that is. Key passes per game, almost 1 per game. Dribbles per game, again, almost 1. Fouls, it gets fouled about once per game. And don't really know what these are. Long balls per game, plays about 2.4. We just have a look at other ones. Rodri gets about 3.2. Appreciate everyone tuning in, by the way. That's the one. I also want to see big up to Jacob Wright. He's on transfer to Swansea City. I feel bad for him. He's been sat on our bench almost every game and has barely had a lick of game time, and it's a shame. I hope he smashes it at Swansea and does something worthwhile. Maybe enough to make us realise that we should maybe look at our academy with more intent in the future. So, history. Look, each game, as of late, has performed even better, it looks like. Oh, no, these are that's like league history and its average rating in each league. Here we go. This is the one you want to look at. So, look here. How many bad games has he had? According to this is a bad one. So, that's 1 bad game. 5.8. Anything below 6 is a below average game for me. So, 5.8. Okay, that's another. And that seems to be about it. So, out of all of those, he probably only got this because he got sent off too. That's probably why his rating is so low. So in all of these games, I'm not going to bother counting that. He's had 2 bad games, according to WhoScored.com. Good once again, top in the charts. Wright was so good in his only game that our best player of the Spurs. He had so much promise. I wouldn't rate DM on Sofa Score because they'll never give high ratings unless he scores or assists. Yeah, which is something you got to bear in mind. Like, just look at this. Thinking heck. You know what? This will do. Look at this. This is Rodri, best player in the world. Average rating last season, UCL, 7.37. USC. They only had 1 game there, didn't they? Whereas 23-24 Premier League, 7.62. This is best player in the world, Rodri, so not expecting him to really get close to that, to be fair to him. But even then, Rodri, I feel like even last season was having games. I think, the fact that he's even getting averages of that is just so incredible to his talent. And you have a look at this guy's stats, and to be fair to him, look, I know it's the Portuguese league, but in the Europa League, I believe that's a 7.15, and in the Portuguese league, that is a 7.13. All his other seasons are between looks like high of 6.83, but in these 2 seasons, the season where he really seems to be improving, he's gotten over 7s on average this season, and that's in 6 games and 17 games, so he must be doing something right. Big up several tuning in at the moment. We've got about 10 people here, so I do appreciate that. Now then, something I actually forgot to look at, but is very important towards each player that we sign, because we don't want to sign a player made of twigs. And look, the worst season seems to have come here. This maybe drove to his exit from Barca, to be honest, because he was a highly rated asset at Barca, but must have picked up a couple injuries, which maybe told Barcelona to get rid. Picked up an injury in this season, which is probably what contributed towards him losing 10 million in his transfer value, and why Valencia probably weren't bothered about losing him. But ever since that, he hasn't picked up another injury, to be fair to him. So, don't know what it is. Maybe he just got unlucky here. Good thing about these, none of them are repeats. Doesn't seem to be a continuing problem with him. Doesn't seem to really be something to worry about too hard, to be fair. Oh, Luca Talks Football, welcome to the chat. Please don't just come in and start saying silly things. Luca, I just clicked on your account and you've got nothing, so that leads me to suspect that you're that you might be a bot or a troll even. 100 people, no excuses connect, I know. We've got 13 at the moment. I'm on the climb. Come on, guys. Share. Big ups to everyone tuning in there. Who's City signing? Nico Gonzalez. He's on screen at the moment, if you want to have a look at his face. Just going to go over to City Extra Twitter, see what they're thinking. See if they've got any links of any sort. Also showing this. Jacob back to Swansea. What a shame. Yet to make an official proposal. For me, this is just kind of like, just do the business, because look, what are you expecting Porto to be like? Porto, this whole window, have probably been thinking, Nico Gonzalez, you've been doing pretty good for us, and looks like no one is really noticing. You ain't going anywhere this window. We'll worry about that next window. You're with us. All right. And then on the 31st of January, the weekend before the end of the window, Man City come knocking, and they're like, hey, we know he's got a release clause, and we don't really want to pay that, so you're going to come down to our price, if that's all right with you. Like, what do they think is going to happen there? Maybe if we did this earlier, maybe if we showed a bit more haste, a bit more urgency, then maybe we wouldn't have to be paying the release clause. But we are having to pay the release clause, and look, it's not like we don't have the money. Money's not an issue. Look at our sales. Our sales alone cover Marmouche and the rest of the other 3. And probably have a little bit left to spare too. Who knows how much winnings money we've got and how much revenue money we've got to spend. We have tons. So much. I'm not even trying to gloat. Release clauses are there to be paid. Exactly. we've had our eyes on this guy for a while now, over 2 years. Tiki better not bottle this deal, or he'll have blood on his hands. Look, for me, if he bottles this deal, he better have the next one lined up. I want to hear that Nico Gonzalez is off the table, but we're in for this guy instead, and negotiations are advancing. Do I know who this guy is? I don't know, and I don't really care. I didn't know who this guy is. Okay, as long as it's someone that Pep wants, as long as it's someone the board thinks is good enough, and as long as I know that our money's going towards the right guy. If we think we've got the right guy here, just spend the money, because it really isn't an issue. Money's not the issue with Man City. It's not. It's probably the least of our concerns. The transfers we've already done this window kind of show that. Just go out there, spend the cash, don't even look at Porto, just drop the money at their door, the 60 mil, and go speak with Nico Gonzalez. You think Nico Gonzalez will say no to playing with City? Learning under Spanish coach Pep Guardiola, or Catalonian even, and then eventually getting to learn underneath the Ballon d'Or winning Rodri, when he returns from injury. In fact, he can start learning under him now. Rodri's at the training. He's just on the sideline. That's the beauty of it. I think this kind of aligns for Gonzalez pretty well. He's coming into an environment with people that'll be able to speak with him. I want to hear done deal, as do I. If we are serious, this should be done. It's a damn release clause. I know, it's a release clause. We don't even need to acknowledge Porto. We just need to acknowledge the money and dropping it at Porto. Go on a flight to think in Portugal, drop it off at their door, and get back on the plane and go to wherever Gonzalez is. Well, that's probably nearby, so you might want to stay around and go talk with him. Gonzalez is over 6 foot, Spanish, and wears number 16. Yep, there you go. Might as well be Rodri 2.0. Man, imagine. Oh well. Just kind of swing my drink. There we go. Look, Nico Gonzalez, for me, is an absolute must. The release clause, just pay it. City might be worried that we're overpaying, okay? But for me, bottom line is, if we're signing this guy and we're spending our money on him, it means that we believe that this guy can be good. And if it's 60 million and you think you're overpaying is fine, as long as it's the guy you want. We paid the release clause for Rodri whenever that was, and we never looked back. Paid the release clause for Rodri from Atletico Madrid, never looked back. We brought him to the club, and now he's the best midfielder in the world from when he was playing. Luca, I will do my match reaction as soon as I can after Arsenal. I don't really do that for anyone. I don't even do that for fellow City YouTubers. Never mind. Well, no offense to you. Big ups to everyone tuning in at the moment. Make sure to hit the likes. Each like is appreciated. We got a load of people in here. Quite late too, so I do appreciate that. That's kind of crazy. Doesn't really. No, we're going too far now. Doesn't really look like anything else. No one else really talking about this. Now then, I know we're not 100% sure on this. These guys, but we're not sure if they're kind of wafflers or not yet, and if they're just saying stuff for the sake of it, they should probably unpin this, to be honest. But apparently we're looking at this guy. Enzo Milot. Search him up on transfer market. It's a release clause lower than what's his name? Blinken. He's got a release clause like 40-60% lower than. No excuses. Connects share street. Glad. I do apologize. I do apologize, Luca, but I did ask you not to, so I'm just gonna time you out for 10 minutes. But this is me asking you to stop doing that when you come back. You can come back into the stream, and we can keep talking. And come back into the stream, talk about topics, interesting topics, as opposed to share now and do what's required and stuff like that. Let's talk about actual topics. Because I'm all willing to even talk a little bit off topic, but I want to talk about actual stuff. Look, Enzo Milot, attacking midfield seems to be his main area, but off the right if he so wishes, and he can play central midfield. Worth 42 million. He's 22 years old, 23 in July, so look, he's no youngster. This season he's on 8 goals, 5 assists for his side. Now then, he got signed in 2021 from Monaco for 1.75 million. Really looks like he started cooking now as of late, really. Or maybe more like last season and kind of stagnated around here. But then this season he's really picked it up and has really been just carrying it forward. So if these are his stats from last season, let's see what he got this season. See if he's been due an upgrade. To be fair, 17 G&A last season. This season he's on 13, and he's still got games left to get more. So, to be fair, he's having a pretty good season. I grew up watching, and John Durant, I grew up watching Al-Nassr. It's a dream club. Did he actually say that? Please, I must know. Did he genuinely say that? He couldn't have said that. No way. Big up everyone tuning in, by the way, at the moment. We've got like 15 people in here on average. We peaked at about 18, which is just crazy. But we've kind of carried 15 for a consistent amount of time now, so I do appreciate that. Look, do I believe Purple Panel? Not really. I'm only really acknowledging them because of the nice stuff they were saying at the beginning of Jan. But look, Enzo Milot, would I take him now? Probably not. I don't really see the point. This kind of looks like Marmouche, but not as good, and no offense to him. Maybe in the summer, I don't know if this is our KDB replacement. He's definitely someone a bit higher up the pitch. But you see, what doesn't make sense here is they're eyeing up Enzo Milot before Nico Gonzalez. And then he mentions the release clause. So, for me, it don't really make sense because this guy's clearly more of an attacker. We had a look at his positions. Central midfield, his primary position is attacking midfield, and he can play off the right wing. Nico Gonzalez, primary position is the number 8, the central midfield, and then he can play DM, and if he needs to, he can play attacking midfield too. So for me, Nico Gonzalez seems to be very much someone that will play lower down in the field for me. I don't really see him playing in the higher areas. No doubt he'll push forward, but I don't know. I just don't think the profile of Enzo Millet lines up with the profile of Nico Gonzalez, if that makes sense. Injury record, not the best. Knee problems. Maybe it's a reoccurring thing, these two, although they are about a year apart, so maybe not. Picked up coronavirus a bit, but I think a lot of people were at that time. So, look, if he keeps getting this injury, maybe we stay clear. This could be a problem for the future. To be honest, maybe he needs surgery there or something to kind of end that issue. But one last thing to kind of wrap up Nico Gonzalez to Man City. If you'll just bear with me. So, I mean, first of all, let me know if you guys want him, or would you rather us get someone else, by the way? Just thought I'd throw it out there. Do you think there's anyone else that would be better? Or do you think we just got to take it at this point? So, yeah, let me know your thoughts on this move. Let me know. Is paying 60 million worth it? Let me know. Big ups to everyone tuning in still, by the way. Do appreciate that. Oh. So, share tab instead. Now we'll do this bit together. So let's go Edison. There we go. Right back, just due to recency. Nunes. Akanji. Blinkenek. Akanji. Kusanov. Hey, he's finally put there as a Man City player. I wonder if they have Vital Hayes in here yet. Nope. Vardiol. Just kind of throwing in names at the moment. Marmouche, still not got him registered as a City player. Savinio. Foden. Haaland. Kova. Nico Gonzalez. That'll be you. So there you go. That is what a team would look like with him here. I'm going to go to bed now. Big up Connect, this city, and everyone else. Big ups to you, Alpha Varka, for tuning in. Sorry, I came out a bit weird there. Thank you for tuning in, Alf. Have a nice night, and, well, hopefully we can have a bit more news on this tomorrow. Big ups. But, look, this is what the team would look like, I guess, with him in it. No doubt it could alter change a little bit, before we know he would push up a bit more up here. This is kind of just what he did naturally in the game. This could very well become this during matches. These two pushing a bit higher, maybe into more of an 8 area as opposed to the 6. So, look, this system is going to work weird. I'm not so sure what we're going to do with it. Of course, this isn't maybe what will be the permanent 11. I'm curious to what Nico Gonzalez will have in this team, though. Because, look, who knows, maybe next season we'll be looking like this. You know, maybe that'll be next season. Rodri tutoring Nico Gonzalez. You know, Rodri, who knows how he's going to be next season? You know, ACL. Don't know if he'll properly recover from that, to be honest. ACLs are awful injuries to get, and so it's got to be looked at properly, to be fair. So we'll see how Rodri does next season, but Nico Gonzalez, nonetheless, I think is an absolute must, to be honest, for the club. You know, or bringing in someone, but if it's got to be Gonzalez, then bring him in. You know, we've been crying out for a CDM since the summer. At least I haven't really, so I know others have been too. Get the job done, make us smile. But look, this was kind of a late night one, so I do appreciate that everyone who tuned in here. Now then, just want to say, January, this is the final day of Jan of 2025, and I just want to say it's been a really crazy month for the channel. You know, we've broken records, completely shattered them on this channel, to be honest. You know, we've broken records and set new ones, you know. So, you know, we broke the record of how many people tuning in at the same time. We've gotten 3K views on a stream. We've gotten over 1K views on a video. You know, 1.5K views, by the way. So this month has kind of been incredible for the channel. We've gone from 1.1K something to 1.3K. So, you know, it's over 100 subs gained, and look, I'm really happy because of it. And in January, we got 46 pieces of content out on this channel alone. It's not even including Instagram, Twitter, or Connect Gaming. So I appreciate both channels, the support over there. So look, thank you all for tuning in. This video has been a pleasure to make, as they usually are. And look, Nico Gonzalez, will he be playing in blue for City? Or will he continue playing in navy blue and white stripes? We'll find out, won't we? Hopefully some new breaking news tomorrow. Tomorrow you can expect a preview for the Arsenal game, which is taking place on Sunday. Big ups to you all. I'll see you all in the next